I'm a therapist by trade. That's I'm a doctorate level counseling psychologist. But I have all this experience from working with death and dying, medical abuse, substance abuse, sex therapy, marriage counseling. I've worked with sexual deviants, and it's just amazing. So it's like being an emergency room doctor. When I hit China, I was the first white, Caucasian, Western trained psychologist. They had some people in the community that were calling themselves psychologists, but later on I put together a crisis phone line where we actually started credentialing these people, and we found out all kinds of things. Usually they had their license pulled in other countries, or they took a psychology course once, etc. But anyway, it has served me well to have all this experience when I hit China. And the interesting stories that came out of being, a therapist. I always said I would write a book, but it's just much easier for me just to tell you my stories. And I often wonder too if the world at large is really that interested in, the expat lifestyle. My first case, and thus the title of my talk, was a kind of a typical case. So let me tell you the scenario. The type of executive or person that's sent over to China is, a middle to upper executive. So they've, raised their family. Many have traveled the world, moving their families. We're talking Ford Motor Company, all the, computer, everything comes from China. So, you have a few expats and large corporations, and then you have the Chinese workers. There are masses of young Chinese women that are looking to get a partner. And if someone has a passport that could be the American passport would be the premium, that's where they hit pay dirt, or they'll take something in Europe. And they're good. The girls are good, and they're gorgeous. They're cute, just cute as a button. So the middle-aged man is immediately approached, from day one. When they check in the hotel, there is a system in the hotels where on registration, it's starts getting passed around if a guy checks in without a wife. And then he gets a call in the middle of the night, are you lonely? You want to practice your English? The sad cases that I saw over and over again were the guys that would end up with a Chinese young girl, usually much younger than their children. So we're talking a huge age difference. And they would come home and they would say to their wife, I'm leaving you. You can go home. And I've gotten, so many of those calls that I've gotten quite good at saying, don't go anywhere. Stay exactly where you are. If anyone leaves, let him leave. This is a constant problem in Asia. It's not just, China's pretty remarkable. I saw some of it in Saudi, except the guys had to fly to Bangkok to get it. But in China, it was, right up close and personal. Since I was caught in that situation a lot, I got trained here as a family Supreme Court mediator. They have 6, 7, they have large families in the country because they need them. They need them to work, but only one child gets registered, so only one child gets educated.